The EU's new kill switch could be a risk for cryptocurrencies. They're planning to release regulations to protect consumers from rogue artificial intelligence. Their new Data Act would include a kill switch for autonomous self-activating code or smart contracts so that harmful blockchain-based algorithms could be stopped. So that, for instance, we wouldn't have an Ultron problem at some point like in the MCU. Speaking of problems, please consider following this channel for an unlimited supply of the tech news. Now, this Data Act would directly impact crypto, as it would basically allow a centralized authority to interfere with the blockchains, making crypto a lot less useful. So if this legislation will go through, I think some exceptions definitely need to be made. So this is a very complicated issue actually. So this is the EU's Data Act, and they plan to have this in place so they could stop autonomous self-acting code, AI algorithms, you know. So basically stuff like in the Avengers, you know, Ultron, for instance, that wouldn't really be able to happen. You know, the AI in the Terminator, for instance, that wouldn't really be able to happen. You know, the whole goal is to have a central switch to where you can actually switch off all of these algorithms, because the way programming used to work in the past, and it still does to a certain extent, you just have a centralized server, right? And everything is running on this server, and if you want to disable the code on the server, you just have to shut down the server, destroy the server, whatever. But with blockchain, what basically happens is that there's a bunch of other like little or big or whatever servers that also all have the copy of the same code. So basically you would have to take out all of them, which is, you know, pretty impossible. You know, for instance, with crypto mining, a lot of currencies that you would be crypto mining on your computer, you're actually running the entire blockchain on your computer, and then that blockchain is actually syncing to every other computer that is also running the software. So if you would want to get rid of that blockchain, for example, you would literally need to destroy every single computer that is running that software. So to have some sort of a switch that could just disable the code on all of these computers would obviously be very useful. But the problem is this would make cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, just to name a few. There's not even Bitcoin in here. Anyways, it would make cryptocurrencies just a lot less useful. You know, the whole point of cryptocurrencies is that it is indeed decentralized, that you can actually make transactions without, you know, somebody like the government monitoring you. For instance, it could be very useful if there's a gigantic recession and the government is trying to save money, so you can only get this much money from an ATM that might not even cover your bills every single day, you know. But if you have your cryptocurrency on the side, you know, you could make transactions without the government regulating you, which would obviously help a lot and be pretty great. And I mean, something like this really just goes against everything that crypto stands for, I guess. So I mean, I don't think the EU has the power to enforce something like this anyways. You know, I think the big blockchains would rather just be like, okay, we are just not gonna comply with the EU, and you know, have fun with that, I guess. Because I mean, a lot of crypto enjoyers, crypto lovers would definitely start seeking other options if, you know, a lot of their assets which they've put into crypto, maybe precisely for the fact that the government couldn't actually shut them off from their money at some point, you know. Well, now that could happen, you know, with a central kill switch. So like, what's the point? You know, should we just go back to buying gold and just keeping it in a safe somewhere? And, you know, because then that's better, and in this case. So I don't know, I think that if this act will go through, it will definitely need to have a few exceptions, you know, smart contracts, you know, that, I don't know, I think that would need to be excluded, you know. So it would exclude crypto. You know, I think it's a pretty interesting idea to control AI, you know, to have that protection against rogue AI. But yeah, for crypto, no, yeah, this is really just not gonna happen. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys have to say.